Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Evan Deak of Northville Football. How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you doing, Casey?
Doing well. Of course, we missed it. Northville won their first league title and first in the KLAA East and West era. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. But it's first league title since 2016, first title in this since the conference was formed, and this side of the conference was formed in 2018. But just kind of talk about getting the big win over Novi, keeping the jug there for another year, and also winning the West.
I mean, it was huge. The whole year led up to this week, all the off-season workouts, all our practices this whole season. I think it really showed that how well we've meshed together as a group, and all of our hard work paid off, and that ended up with us keeping the jug. That's the goal every year. Win our biggest rivalry, win our biggest game on the schedule. That we're always going to have that circled. And big props to them. They gave us a really big fight. They're a good football team, and they gave it their all. But I think our preparation and our how much we blended together and our trust in the coaching staff really showed in the victory on Friday night.
Yeah. So I think really going from this season, everyone thought that you guys have had some challenges this year. Of course, you've also had to battle some adversity with some injuries and all that, and which kind of affected you a little bit because with Caleb and Max going down, it's you've kind of had to step up in that next man mentality. What's it kind of like just to kind of carry the ball for this team and be the running back?
Yeah, I mean, it hurt a lot, this team, to have those two go down. They were huge for our team, but that's the reality. There's no getting around that. Like, injuries happen every single year, so that led to me stepping up in the running back role, and obviously I play defense too. But when they call my name, like, I'm ready to go in. Like, I want to give it my all. This is my senior year. I want to take us as far as we can go. So whenever my name's called, I know I got to be ready at any moment, any time during the game, because I could go in whether it's quarterback or running back. Like, I'll go in wherever they need me.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know you also you also play defense as well. Remind everybody what position you play.
I play outside linebacker.
Okay. This defense has it's also been one of Northville's brightest spots this year, especially with Coach Sexton coming in and really kind of bringing some new stuff that you may have not known or maybe have not learned. It's like, oh, maybe this happened. Well, so obviously a lot of new coaches were brought in with Lupo coming in, and to having the season that you guys did. What was that like for you? To know that this could be a very big year with a lot of you guys coming back, plus also with the new coaching staff too.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously we had a really good year last year. Kind of set the bar high for our program, and once we figured out, like, once we learned these new coaches that are coming in, obviously there's a little bit of a transition period. But I think, like, all of our coaches are pretty young, and I think that's really helped us because they relate to us, we can relate to them, and they know how and, like, what gets us going, what gears to push. So I think that's really paid off for us. And I think as for Coach Sexton, our defense was really good last year, but I think he's just elevated us to a whole nother level. Like, he's always good at making adjustments on the fly, and, like, he knows how to use our athletes to our full potential. And I think he's really got the best out of us this season. I think that's really shown in our defensive performance.
Yeah. What did you really work on this summer to really kind of improve your game a little bit?
I think I just kind of focus on bulking up a little bit because playing against bigger, stronger dudes, I gotta bring myself to that level. So I think that was the main focus for me. And then just kind of being athletic. I mean, this year I've gotten down to 3-point stance to sack to rush the passer. So I think that being able to do that while also being able to lock up a receiver coverage, like, I'm just trying to focus on being athletic, being my best version of myself, so I can do anything and everything on the field.
Yeah. Okay, so to go and to be at this point, this year, what does it just means to be just a part of this whole thing?
Man, I mean, it's been so much fun. It's been a great ride. These last, like, 10, 12 weeks have been some of the best weeks of my life. With just we've got such a tight knit group where every single practice we're laughing, making jokes, but we know when to get serious. And I think that's kind of been the biggest thing behind this all because we've got, I mean, it's no secret. Like everyone knows, we got a big senior group. We're all really good friends with each other, and I think like that just shows in our trust and our teamwork on the field, and it's really paid off for us.
Now, what will this title do for, just this community? I know that, I know Northville's had some really good seasons. I know they've had some tough seasons in the past, but these last 2 years have really kind of, have just brought this team to a whole nother level. What are you going to most remember, you know, as the team that, won, a division title, but, obviously still more accomplishments, are along the way for possibly this team.
I think I'm just glad to be remembered as the team that brought home the first not is it division or not yeah division championship
Championship.
and the first like since it's been East West. I think that's huge. And I think this year like Coach Lupo's been really stressing to us about how we've gotten, whether it's old players, family members of old players, like parts of the community are all coming out. They want to see us and they know that every time we play, we're going to put on a show for our community. And that I think that's drawing a lot of people to our games. And it's just been a lot of fun because we know every single game, we're going to try to put on a show for the people that want to, for our community and our fans. And I think that's really been huge this year. And the Coach Lupo has really been stressing that to us.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let me ask you this. How do you like mentally get ready for a game?
I'd say for me, I'm kind of more of a loose guy. Like I'm not really uptight. I'm not trying to sit there in silence. Like I like staying loose, talking to my friends during the game, but make no mistake, like that doesn't mean I'm not locked in, but I think like I just try to stay loose. I don't try to get too uptight, don't try to work myself up. Just usually listen to music, talk to friends. I mean, nothing too crazy for me.
Yeah. What's on Evan's playlist?
Oh man, I mean it switches up a lot. I mean sometimes I go with more pop music, just kind of lightening the mood, but sometimes I'll go rap and then as soon as we get in the locker room, I turn it off and just whatever we have played on the speaker, I'll just kind of I'll chill with it. I'll listen to it.
All right. Let's get to know you a little bit, Evan. How about that?
Let's do it.
All right. Favorite high school football moment that you've had, so far in your 4 years?
I got I'd say it was probably last year against Heartland when I got like the game sealing interception. Because I mean that game, it was cold, it was rainy, it was a tough game.
Yeah.
We battled the whole time, and I think when I got the interception, I ran over to our student section, and we didn't have that many people, but it was just nice knowing that we still had supporters there in the freezing cold rain, and I think that was just a really fun moment for me.
And yeah, that was also the first time that the Heartland that Northville beat Heartland in the varsity side of things.
Yep.
Because there haven't been many matchups in that game. So
Mhm.
yeah. Favorite player that you looked up to?
Oh, I gotta say, I probably Micah Parsons. I know I'm not really I mean, he's an outside linebacker, but he's more of like a down lineman. But I think like he just plays with such energy and like he's such a good player that whenever you watch him, whenever you're watching a Cowboys game, like you have to have your eyes on him because he's a game changer just by himself.
Mhm. Let's see. Okay, best moment that you've watched on TV, and this is outside of your playing career, like
Yeah.
best sports moment that you've watched. This could be any sport, anything you've watched on TV. You could have been there, or you could have been in it.
I'd say definitely when Michigan State beat Michigan 2 years ago with Kenneth Walker scoring 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, yeah,
I was at that game and that's the loudest I've ever heard like Michigan State Stadium be. I mean that game was just so much fun.
yeah. It should be. Yeah, that was pretty fun, of course.
Mm.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the first night game between Michigan State at Spartan Stadium is going to do this weekend. So And then finally, what is something people do not know about you, Evan? Not to put you on the spot.
Oh, I'd say I'm good at chess. I like to play chess. So whenever if I'm bored in class, I'll just pull up a chess match and I'll start playing chess. So I don't think I don't think a lot of people that would expect that from me, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at chess.
Yeah. All right. All right, Evan. Thank you so much for coming on, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Casey.